celebrating a phenomenal woman right here on the bridge. Her name is Nkgomeleng Petla, and she's the founder and managing director of Amedzo Trading and Projects. Love the song. Her selection, Oliver Mduguzi, Todi. Why did you choose this particular song?
It was the artist, not necessarily the song.
Okay. Yes. What do you love about him?
It's the message behind the songs. So every song that Tuku does, it speaks to a situation.
Absolutely.
That particular one was just talking about somebody who was ill and somebody had to take care of them. But it's more the message.
Yeah.
Every song is backed by a good message. That's what I love about him.
And I've realized a lot of people actually don't really listen to his lyrics.
Yes.
Do you know, they think it's just a sing-along song, but nobody really listens to really important messages that that he sings about in his songs. And yeah, a great selection, I must say.
Thank you very much. But I suppose it's also because of the language barrier, because it's Shona, and if you don't understand, you won't be able to tell what the lyrics is about. But I'm fortunate to be able to understand the language, so I can be able to interpret what he's speaking about. Yeah,
love that.
So that can resonate with me.
Yeah. Before we went to ads, I asked you, how you got into construction. We actually I said that we're going to be talking about construction. Have you always been interested in construction?
Okay. The answer is a big no.
Really?
Yes.
It's always the case.
When I started, I was a strategic sourcer. So I sourced various commodities. And later in the year that I established the business, a client of mine gave me an opportunity to get into construction. And it was maintenance and repairs.
Okay.
And I can tell you for a fact, I did not know how to do the job, but I did not say no. I went and I did research on how do I get this thing right.
Yes.
And I did it extremely well, and they were quite chuffed. And since that day, we have been able to establish a division in the organization, which is the construction division, because of that one opportunity that I did not say no to.
Yeah. Speaking of the construction division, I mean, a lot of times when you speak of construction, a lot of people think of the road works and all those other things. What does your company do?
Okay, we do building refurbishments. So building refurbishments deals only with the interior. So we do what we call drywalling or partitioning. So I'll give you a typical example. So if you've got a huge space and you need it to be partitioned in different offices, would come in and do the drywalling. Okay, would do the electrical fittings. We'll do the mechanical works, which is your aircon and refrigerations. We'll do glass and aluminium.
Yes.
We'll do the shop fitting. These days, people don't necessarily use your furnitures. They use shop fitted ones. So not the single, individual ones. So we use shop fitting, and we do the flooring. We do the painting works. That's basically what we do. The interior. So we do the finishing of the structure that is already existing.
Listen, if we did this interview like 5 months ago, I wouldn't know what you were talking about. But I just bought a house and I'm busy with renovations.
Okay.
So everything sounds familiar, trust me, by force. I had to know and learn every single thing, especially when it comes to things like that. Because that is construction.
Yes, that is construction,
Yeah. Let's talk about, you starting off this remarkable company as a black woman and, some of the challenges that you had to go through, or actually as a woman.
Yeah. Look, construction is a predominantly male environment. So when you come in as a woman, at face value, you got to prove yourself. People look at you and say, you're a woman, perhaps you should be doing catering and anything that is feminine. So when you come in and you say, here I am in a male-dominated industry, you got to prove your worth. So you got to work twice as hard as a male counterpart would normally do. So that's the first challenge that one go through. And obviously because it's technically, it's a technical environment. So you got to be able to understand some technicalities of doing the work. So that technical inclination, you can learn on the go. And I think it's one of the biggest challenges that it's technical. And even if you're engaging, the client wants to know how much of what the project entails do you know as an individual. And obviously access to market and funding, it's a universal problem. Even with construction, you still face those challenges.
Yeah. The good side of it?
The good side is that...
Look at the way your face blows up. It's like, yes.
The good side is that opportunities for women are huge in the construction space, are huge. You know, by the time you get into the space as a woman, it's an added advantage. So you've got a competitive advantage that because of the fact that you're a woman in the industry.
Yeah.
And there's so many programs that the government is doing to make sure that they empower women.
Absolutely.
So that is the good side as well. So many programs. I mean, NHBRC had a program that I also attended with Gibbs to actually empower women technical. So that you have technical skills and not necessarily only business, but you can you can have both skills to complement you as a business owner.
Okay. Now, before we move on to your third song, how did you decide that Amedzo would work in the construction sector?
How do you mean? How did I decide?
How did you? I mean, how did you know that it was actually going to work? Did you know it was going to work?
Oh no! Look, when I started, like I said, it was in the sourcing space, and then we were given an opportunity to do construction.
Yeah.
And while I was at it, I leveraged on the clientele that I already had. That's the first thing. So I already had a clientele, but I was not servicing them in terms of construction. I was servicing them in the other space. So I decided to leverage on that, and then do obviously aggressive marketing is what works.
Yes.
To make sure that.
We call it the guerrilla marketing.
Yes.
Is that what it is? Yeah. Is it similar?
Yeah.
Aggressive marketing.
Aggressive marketing. To make sure that you are well positioned to take advantage of the opportunities. And one thing I cannot take away is the fact that you must do research. Research in the industry. Just so you know what developments are there, how do you make yourself relevant, how do you keep abreast with the changes in the space, whether in the charters and a whole lot of things, regulations and so on and so forth. So that's what would make one thrive. So that's what helped me to get where I am.
I love that. I always say you have to research with every industry though.
Yes.
Like every day.
Yes.
You know? You don't stop learning. We are chatting to founder and managing director Amedzo Trading and projects manager. And projects Nkgomeleng Julia Petla. The song Vulindlela, why this particular song?
Okay. I love Mabri. May his soul rest in peace.
Yes.
It played, I think, when I was still young and happening. You know, when you're so young and you like things and you listen to the song. And you listen to the song and you can dance to the song and you're saying, hey, Vulindlela, pave my way. Not necessarily for the marriage, but because it was specific to the career. You're saying, hey, I'm paving my way for my career. So that's why I chose that song.
Well, there we go.